nowadays people talk a lot about red flags in the terms of relationships, but we need to really think about red flags in terms of friendship as well, because that is also a relationship we have with a person. It's just a platonic relationship, and the other relationship which we talk about is a romantic involvement with the person. So you love your friend, yes, you do love your friend, and you have a connection with them, you have a bond with them, you share important stuff about your life with them. And if that person turns out to be something you don't want them to be, then it is a little problem. They can break your heart, they can make you feel miserable, they can make you feel a lot of things, and potentially a bad idea. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Annie, and in today's video, we are going to talk about how to recognize red flags in your friend. I think we all have a friend or have had a friend who weren't actually a friend to us. We thought they were, but in reality, they weren't. I'm talking about this from my own experience, because I have had such nightmare friends and made my life really horrible. It might be my fault, it might be their fault, but at the end of the day, the friendship did not work out, and there were signs which I did not see in the beginning. I should have seen that in the beginning, and maybe could have potentially avoided this catastrophic nightmare of a problem which I had, but sadly, no, I did not. So let's get into the video and let's talk about those signs that you might be missing, or you need to really look into the signs and see what exactly can go wrong in your life. Right now, as I'm getting older, I do look out for these kind of red flags first in a person. If I see that it's there, then I simply do not pursue that friendship. Like, I can keep them as an acquaintance, but I do not want to share a deep bond with them. And I also make sure that I do not come across as this person, because it's a two-way street. And a person might think, okay, she's scrutinizing me so much, but she also has her flaws, and I'm working on my flaws, and I'm trying not to be this person or these persons. Apparently, I would say, like, this particular kind of people, it has a lot of characteristics a person can have, or it can be a specific characteristics, but I'm trying my best to avoid it in myself. And I really want you to look out for these people and avoid them. And if you have this in you, if you see that you can potentially be this kind of a friend, maybe you can sit down and check yourself and do an inward scrutiny, I would say, and then find ways to rectify yourself, because there is always room for growth, I guess, no matter how old you are. And if you really criticize yourself, and if you think that you can do better, I think you can do better, and there will always be room for growth for you. So it is a great idea to see if you are portraying any of these characteristics, or if any of your friend is portraying any of these characteristics. It might be a sign that it needs to be changed, or you should change yourself. It depends on what the situation is. The number one friend, the gossip mouth. I think we all have seen these kind of people, the gossip mouth, the big mouths, who always would have all the gossips in the world, and they would tell you, this person did this person did that, and it can be fun to hang around with them, but I wouldn't dare share my secrets with them, because if they're gossiping about others to me, I'm definitely sure that I will be a topic of gossip when they are speaking with others. So definitely, if you have a friend like that, I don't want to say they are the worst kind, but these people are not trustworthy. So do not tell them your secrets or anything that can let you down. So just keep the relationship a little casual, like, hey, what's up? What do you have for me? But do not share your intimate details or your vulnerabilities with them, because you never know, 10 other people will come to know about it, and it's horrible. I have had friends like this, and I told them something, and next moment I see 10 other people knew about it. Happened in my school days. So I was like, why does the class know about my secret? Then I figured out that this person who I told this about told it to everybody. So no, do not share your secrets with them. But yeah, you can keep them, but I would avoid these kind of people in my life. So And if you're a gossip mouth, maybe it's time to change because people do not like you, and they would definitely not tell you their secrets because you cannot keep it to yourself, and you are somebody who will always gossip about other people and would tell everybody whatever you heard. It's not a nice thing to do, I guess. So yeah, look into it. It's not a mockery, but it's something I believe that it's not nice, and I think anybody and everybody should find ways to improve themselves. And if you are around people who gossip a lot, maybe stray a bit away from these people. It's good for you, I guess. The second one is similar to the gossip mouth, but this person particularly just does not talk about simple gossips, but they share really intimate details about other people. Like if somebody told them, okay, this is a secret, I want you to keep it to yourself, they would run around telling other people, okay, you know what, I found out this person was up to this. So they are someone who cannot keep a secret. So they are like the gossip mouth, but a little bit worse, I guess, because they would always tell you everything. They start around something like this. Hey, you know what? I came to know about something, or XYZ told me this, and you're like, what? You're like, no, I cannot apparently tell you because I promised them about this. I'm going to keep it to myself. And then if you are like, okay, fine, then the person says, you're not going to ask at least. And you're like, yeah, I really want to know. Will you tell me? Like, okay, please do not tell it to anybody. But this is what they told me. And they will tell you everything. And they would say, please don't say that. I told you this, but this is the truth. These kind of people are real snakes. Stay away from them. Like, seriously, they're going to harm you. They're going to do more harm than good. You're like, no way, I will never trust a person who would tell me other people's secret, which they swore not to say. Because if I tell them my secret, I'm sure they're going to tell it to other people. And sometimes they would say that, oh, you don't know this person, so it doesn't matter if I tell you about that secret. No, it doesn't matter if you tell me about the secret or not. But I might not know the person today, but what if I meet the person someday in the future and I know their intimate secrets, which they told a friend in confidence, and I'm like, I know about this, but I can't really talk about that with that person because it's going to sound creepy. So it's awkward. You know someone who is your friend and who is like very bad with secrets, please don't tell them. They can be good friend of yours, but they are very bad friends when it comes to your intimate details or secrets or anything that can, come back biting you. So avoid them, or if you can't avoid them, then just don't tell them details about your life. And if you are this person, then don't do this. It's not a good thing to do because you know people will not really like you at the end of the day. So you're being a bad friend. So yeah, do not be a bad friend. Be a good friend. Keep secrets. Do not gossip about your friends. Gossip about your enemies, probably. I would say we all gossip and we should gossip about people who deserve it. Like, who am I to say that who deserves it? But yeah, maybe some people do deserve it. Like people who hurt you or do bad things to you. Yeah, you can gossip about them, or your bad bosses, or a good bad teacher, or some random ass people not really important, but you can gossip about them. But important people of your life, like your friends, your family members, your partners, please don't gossip about them. It's very bad. Please, I request you, change your habit if you're doing it already, and if you know someone is doing that, avoid. It's a big red flag. The third is the most obvious one, the narcissistic friends. Any person who inhibits or shows you narcissistic qualities where they only care about themselves, they don't care about you, they don't care about your well being, they don't care anything about you, they are a red flag. Like narcissistic people are red flags and you need to avoid them. Like people who would throw you under the bus if something goes wrong, they would only put themselves first. Like putting yourself first is good, but throwing someone under the bus just to save yourself is not a good thing. So that kind of people are something I definitely avoid. Someone who is selfish, someone who does not care about other people's happiness, who would do anything just to be successful or anything for getting something like those kind of personalities are like seriously they give me the irks, and avoiding them is like the first priority of my life. So if you are showing these qualities, or if you know somebody who has these qualities, maybe it's a good idea to keep yourself away from them. But again, sometimes we can't really throw away people we love. But recognizing these red flags would help us to avoid potential problems, knowing that this person is a narcissist, or knowing this you are yourself is a narcissist would help you find ways to deal with the problem. And if you know somebody close to you is a narcissist, maybe you would expect very less from that person, and you would know that maybe any point of time in your life, if there is a problem and they might hurt you, they might throw you under the bus, they might do something horrible to you, and you will not like that thing. So yes, this is something you need to look out for and avoid them like a plague. Like seriously, avoid them like a plague. The fourth one, I called it misery loves company. So these kind of people are those pity party people, which I would say these people would be around you when you're sad, and they would be like, "Oh, you're sad? Okay, you know what? It's fine. Life is bad. You and I both are on the same page. We both are sad. We will not be able to do anything, but that's okay. They're gonna cry about life. They're gonna crib all the time. They don't like to talk about anything positive. They're always full of negativity, and they kind of bring you down at the end of the day. So this is the personality. So I really call this personality misery loves company. So there are many people around me who are like this, and with them I definitely do not share good news with, because once you do share good news with these people, they would be so jealous of you that they will tell you something horrible. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a friend like this who was a big epitome of misery loves company. So, this person was like everything. So, whenever I was sad, when I was going through problems, if I would tell her, she would be a great friend, a great support. She would like talk to me for hours, and she would give me company if I was going through some problems. She would literally stay awake till 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at night to talk to me. I used to think she's a great person, a great friend of mine, but that was when I was sad. But when I started sharing with her the happy news of my life, she would find something about that happy news and really say things that would make me feel more miserable. Like I told her, you know what, I got this job, but I'm not sure if I would do this because this job has this, particular XYZ characteristics, which does not make me happy, but maybe I should do it because I have no other option. She would be like, yeah, you should do it, maybe, but you know what? You should listen to your gut instincts and not do the job, because the job will make you feel horrible, they will make you feel sad. And you know what? I have a friend who does a similar job that you got, and this person is miserable. They are working all day and all night. They have no work life balance. I would never do this kind of job, like never. This was her tone all the time whenever I told her a good news. Like if I told her anything good, like it can be anything under the sky, she would always say that, "Oh, okay, yeah, fine, it's a good news, but there are downsides to this news, and you need to look out for that." And it would be the tone of the person that would really make you feel like, oh, I did not look into this like this. Maybe it's not a good idea after all. I should back down, and you would go back to square one where you are again miserable because you let go of a good opportunity, or you got a good news, but you did not, celebrate the good news because the person told you that this good news is like not so good news. Actually, in reality, it's like that. So it's always this sad thing, and apparently they don't have any good thing to share with you, and it's like rarely they would share anything good with you, and you are very happy for them. But whenever you share something good with them, they are like not happy for you at all. It's like it's fake, it shows. But if you share anything sad, anything miserable, or anything that kind of makes you depressed, they are so happy about it because they love making you miserable. This is the kind of person you should definitely avoid being friends with, because they are really horrible for your mental health and sanity. Trust me on this. And the last one, the fifth one, I call them energy vampires, because they are there to suck the energy, the happiness, the good things out of your life. They are there to just make you feel miserable all the time. They are clingy, they are always going through issues, and they just want to, just put it on you. Like if they are going through problems, they are clingy all the time. They do not care about your opinions, your problems, your anything. Like if you want to go to sleep, they would be like, "Why are you sleeping? Please stay awake and talk to me. I need someone." Even if you have work the next day, they will not care about it. They would really manipulate you in a way where you feel bad for that person, and you would spend time with that person. And if you tell them ever that I don't have time for you, they would be apparently devastated, and they would, play the victim card, and they would blame you for everything. So they are going to always drain you out of energy, and whenever you speak with them, instead of being happy after the conversation, or if you're hanging out with them, instead of being happy after everything, you feel worse than you actually were before you actually spoke to this person. So they are going to drain you out of your energy, especially the positive energy, and they're going to fill you out with negativity, negative energy, and a lot of negative things. Energy vampire is somebody who is jealous, who loves to be miserable, who would love to put you down, who would love to gossip, and who cannot keep a secret. So they would have all the negative traits in them, and they would be a really horrible friend, but they would disguise themselves in a way that they are a great person, a great friend. And if you're talking to them, they are like very happy, and you feel maybe this person is with me when I'm sad, or they are supporting me through my rough days. That means this person is a good friend, but this is the way that they reach on to you. And then after a while, you realize that this person is just there to drain you out of your energy and make you feel miserable all the time. So avoid them. Like, really avoid them. They are the worst kind of friends you can have. I would say I would rather have no friends than have this kind of a friend. These are the people you should definitely avoid. If you recognize this quality in you, and you really think you should change yourself, then definitely you should go for it. And if you see there are people around you who have these qualities, then you should definitely avoid them, because it's a bad idea to be around them. And you know what? This video, like making this video, made me really down, because I had to think about people who I definitely try to avoid all the time. And like I was thinking about a particular person in my life who was a friend of mine who is not anymore. So I was when I was actually writing this video and shooting this video, filming this video, I was thinking about that person continuously, and that person really drains my energy. It's like when I started the video, you would see me a little more pumped up and stuff, but right now I'm not, because they are literally, whenever I think of them, I lose a lot of energy. They were energy vampires, they were the gossip, the gossip mouth, they were the narcissistic friend, they were the one who cannot keep a secret. They were the misery love company. They were like all of this, like all the five qualities that I spoke about right now. That person was exactly all those five qualities plus more, like plus more. I don't want to defame the person, I don't talk about the person on any more detail, but this person had everything in them. So this video was made me about me thinking of that person, kind of. So that is the reason why I sound like this, because since I got rid of that person, I feel so good in life. And I wasted about almost a decade of my life being friends with that person without realizing that they were doing so much harm to me. And especially in the last few years, they were always demotivating me. They were always telling me horrible things, and I used to feel miserable. But I used to always look out for their company because they were the only person who would understand my problems, because they were the one who was feeding into me those problems. Those problems were non-existent. I understood that when I cut that person out completely. I understood that those problems never existed in my life, but they were only there because I was thinking about it, and that person made me think about those things. And once there is no one to tell me about those things, and what if blah 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 bad things happen to you because you're doing this thing, I don't think about that. I am not that kind of person who would always seem um, to look out the negative aspects of things. But I'm exactly the opposite. I like to look at the bright side of everything. So a person not telling me that there's a downside to something is a good thing for me, I guess. It's also realistic to look at the bad side of life, but it's not good for your mental health, I guess. So I avoid it, and avoiding the person has made things better for me. Now I'm smiling because I realized that it was like a roller coaster. I was living through those days where I felt so many things because of that person, and getting rid of that person was getting rid of a lot of negativity and toxicity from my life. So I made this video thinking, okay, maybe I should share this and make people aware if they are going through something like this. And it's a serious topic. It Friendships are not given as much importance as relationships are, but it's serious. You need to look into it. You need to recognize the signs, and you need to keep yourself away from these people, because I would say that from in my personal experiences, friends have hurt me way more than a lover did. I'm very, very scared of making friends with people, because I feel that maybe the history is going to repeat itself and I'm going to get hurt again. So that's something I try my best to avoid, and hopefully it's not going to happen again with me, because I have become very vigilant and I look out for those signs. And if I see that sign in a person, I try to run away as far as possible, or keep minimum contact with that person if I really have to be in touch with the person for XYZ reason. If I have to be social with that person, I just keep it to the social level. I do not make it personal. I do not make them my friend. They are just my acquaintances, and they will be my acquaintance until I can trust them. Bad friends have given me a lot of trust issues, that I can't trust people and I can't make friends. From being an extroverted person, like most of my life, I became an introvert was because friends hurt me so much, and I have so many negative experiences because of certain friendships, that I would rather stay at home and watch a movie, be alone, not talk to somebody for days, over hanging out with people who would go behind my back and stab me and say bad things about me, and I would have no clue why they did that to me. So that's the thing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye.